think that, and that's still to this day is a massive stumbling block, is that sometimes perceived lack of clinical and actual lack of clinical experience. The way I overcame that is one, I partnered up with seasoned ICU nurses, and when I first started, and I made it very apparent to my director, I need to learn this. So I'd sit on the ICU with them and with the charge nurse, with an ICU nurse, and go in and out of the rooms, follow them. And I would tell them, I'm going to ask questions that are very intuitive to you. I don't know it, but can you explain it to me? So I was very open to saying, I don't know this, but I'm going to ask you to teach it to me so I can speak with you about it in the future, or I can speak with another nurse. And that, yes, I'm not going to have 100% of your nursing knowledge. I'm not going to be able to start drips and titrate and do all of these things, but we can have a conversation where we're using the same language. But also, I want to see, how do you interact with the patient? What do you see from what are your priorities when you come into this room versus what I think your priority should be? Because sometimes I was like, there's a shift. I'd see a dressing that wasn't taken care of the best. And my thought is, why aren't you taking care of that immediately? And then they'd say, well, the alarm's ringing here. This is wrong. This is wrong. And it was a mindset shift that I had to learn of, how do they prioritize versus what do I prioritize, and how do we meet in the middle? But that I partnered with vendors. A lot of our vendors came in for education, and I shadowed them. I was like, hey, you're an expert on this product. What do I need to know to maybe even know more than our nurses do about this? And I can maybe teach them a nugget of information. They're going to say, well, Marko knows about this. So building those relationships, but being open to continual learning. You have to learn on the job, especially being a non-nurse. There's a lot of clinical you're going to have to learn, but seeking it out. You have to be proactive. You have to go out there. Nobody's going to tell you about it if you don't ask. And if you go in and assume you know, you're going to get found out real quickly. So don't be afraid to say what you don't know.